Number 2 is not the goal. Number 1, lock and load. Hall of Fame, rock and roll. Call my name, Hoffa goes.
So why you think that so many people from the Republican side is now going to Cuomo?
Because they're like Rodney Dangerfield, the comedian, remember?
Yeah.
No respect. They have no self-respect. They don't think they can win elections. I'm like Braveheart. Remember Braveheart in that famous scene, the Scotsmen are here and the Brits are there, and we can't fight. And he riles them up, and then he goes on to victory.
Right.
But then they catch him in the end, and they put him on a gurney. Remember that last scene?
Yeah,
and
castrate him.
And the executioner says, "You must bow to the King of England, or I will have to impale you." Braveheart, Mel Gibson said, "Do your job." And they impaled him. They gutted him out. So right now, everybody says, "Oh, you got to drop out for Cuomo, drop out for Cuomo." I said, no, I'm like Braveheart. If you had an executioner over me with the impaling device, I would say, I will never, ever stand next to a man who killed 15,000 elderly people because of his executive order during the lockdown and pandemic and led to this crime crisis we have. So executioner, do your job, because me and Cuomo, we're like 2 scorpions in a brandy glass. And different, I trust people. I don't trust politicians, billionaires, influencers, insiders. What's wrong with letting people vote? Isn't this a novel idea? One person, one vote.
Right.
How many years did black people have to struggle for the right to vote? Women for the right to vote. Was it ever taught to you in history class or civics? Well, but there's also billionaires, influencers, and insiders. No. Why are you afraid of the people? If the people elect Zohran Mamdani, I got to live with it. But I ain't running to Florida like Andy Cuomo and all these billionaires. Fear, fright, hysteria.
Right.
I stay. I fight for what I know is right. I'll be the mayor in exile. I'll be Zohran and the socialist worst nightmare because I'm an organizer. I'm a community organizer. Barack Obama was a great community organizer. He did so on the south side of Chicago. I never met him personally, but, with the Guardian Angels there, they told me, boy, this guy is good. I've organized all over the world. I know how to organize people. And I will organize people who feel they're getting screwed over by the socialists to fight back. Not physically, but to organize. That's how you fight back. And I think Zohran and his supporters know that if they happen to win, I ain't going nowhere. And boy, they're going to regret the fact that they will do things and they'll know right away, like a jack in the box, they're going to have to deal with Curtis Sliwa all the time. Because I will call them out. Socialism, I'm not afraid of socialists. We've had socialists in New York City before. Jews are very upset, and I get it, anti-Semitism. But I always tell them, look, I've been to Israel 3 times. I went to the home of the first leader in Israel, Ben-Gurion. Very humble, right near the Negev Desert, where they have 80 nuclear weapons. They call it a chocolate factory, but they had to do that to survive.
Yeah. Right.
Ben-Gurion was a socialist. Most of the initial leaders in Israel were socialists. Rabin, who got executed, a socialist. You don't fear socialism. You battle them in debate. You try to convince people capitalism is better than socialism. But this unbelievable fear. Look, I've been in street situations, guns to my right, guns to my left. If I blink, if I showed any fear, it's over. You're dead.
Right.
They have to feel like, wow, this guy got a set on him. He's going to fight.
Right.
And that's what I tell the Republicans. You're ready to fold like a cheap camera. You have no self-respect. You're like Rodney Dangerfield. No self-respect. You're the Republicans. I can go into neighborhoods where the only Republican they've ever seen is Abraham Lincoln on a $5 bill and get respect. Other Republicans can't do that. They're afraid. I said, what are you afraid for? If you walk up to people and you say it's a 2-party system, this is what the Democrats have told you. Are you better off? Come on, let's be real.
Right.
Listen to what the Republicans have to offer you, and then you make a decision. If you want to stay Democrats, that's fine. But when you have a one-party system, you get screwed.
Yeah.
They got black people in their back pocket. Because so many African Americans, I only vote Democrat. Why wouldn't you even sample what the Republicans are offering? Maybe it ain't your cup of tea. But to stay...
I'm not sure black people know what direction to go in nowadays.
Well, because Republicans have done a very poor job doing outreach. When I walk into a neighborhood where they've never seen Republicans, they don't say, that's the Republican. They say, that's Curtis. That's the guardian angel guy. It's like we opened up a GOP headquarters on Osborne and Hegeman in Brownsville. There's never been Republican headquarters in Brownsville. Nobody ever came up and desecrated the headquarters, busted windows. You got to get out of here. Why? Because I grew up there. Everybody knew me there. They knew the guardian angels. And they said, it's kind of nice having a second choice. It's like when you go to the supermarket, you want to buy ketchup, you got like 12 brands. You want to buy mustard, you got 12 brands. Right. Why in politics would you settle on just one brand? When they know they got you in their back pocket, they can promise you anything. But if they think that all of a sudden you're sampling both sides, then all of a sudden they got to prove to you that they're going to help you. But if they know there's a one-party town, they can tell you anything in Buffalo.
You just keep it moving.
And that's what they've been doing. I mean, everybody has a right to live the American dream. Everybody. And political parties sometimes make it very difficult to live the American dream. I respect everybody. You're locked up, I respect you. You're shooting up, I respect you. You're homeless, you're emotionally disturbed, I respect you. Because there, by the grace of God, goes me. It's the way I was trained. I happen to be a Republican. But as you can see, there are a lot of Republicans who don't like me. And they make that very well known. And I say, okay, go in peace. But there are a lot of other people, independents, 2.5 times more independents now than Republicans. There are moderate Democrats who like me. And there are animal lovers. We have the first ever independent line, protect animals, no kill shelters, animal abusers go to jail. A lot of women like that. They're like one-issue voters. So look, you don't have to like me. I believe in free speech. The answer to hate speech is more free speech, not less free speech. See, we're in a country where if somebody is accused of engaging in hate speech, we want to shut everybody down. No. Debate, more free speech. I'm not afraid to argue my positions. That is the antidote to hate speech, more free speech. That's what America is about. Right. You travel the rest of the world, very few countries. You go to England. When I first went to England, organized the Guardian Angels, you know what they told me on the BBC 1, 2, 3, and 4? They have 4 networks. You cannot disparage the royal family. Why? You can go to jail. You see what we talk about our presidents? Trump, Biden.
Yeah, you can't do it.
But no,
not over there.
That's the way it should be. We should have freedom of speech. Men died in battle to preserve that. Right. Men died in battle so we could vote. I was trained in public school that way as a youngster. You got to vote.
But you don't think it's dangerous to a certain extent, the propaganda, the stories, especially in politics. So many times we see politicians say the nastiest things about each other.
Yep.
And then, you look to the left for a second and you look back and they're shaking hands. They're doing business.
This is the best one. This is the all-time best one.
Right.
It's the morning of the Indiana Republican primary 2016. It's neck and neck, Donald Trump and Ted Cruz. Vice President Pence was governor of Indiana at that time. He was campaigning with Ted Cruz. Bobby Knight, the anger management coach of Indiana with the red sweater, was campaigning with Trump. He's just like Trump. That morning, Trump gets on radio stations all across America. Did you see Ted Cruz's father helped Lee Harvey Oswald assassinate JFK? Look, I read it in the National Enquirer. I don't know if it's true or not. He kept repeating it on Fox and Friends and other shows. Years later, you say that about my father, that he helped assassinate JFK, which was not true. I'll never talk to you the rest of my life. These politicians, they have no soul.
This seemed to be a Democratic thing, though.
It's like battle rap. You watch battle rap.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about your mother, your family, your older, and then I'm gonna Shake your hand.
Exactly.
I mean,
But imagine your father aided and abetted Lee Harvey Oswald. There was no evidence to that.
Right.
But Trump threw it out there like red meat. And he went on to win that Indiana primary and won the Republican nomination and eventually beat Hillary Rodham Clinton, who couldn't believe it. She was in a fetal position for a month at Jacob Javits Convention Center. She thought she was going to have a victory gala. She still can't. And that night when Trump was told, you're the president, he was the most surprised guy in the world. It wasn't that confident Trump. He was like stunned.
Wait, what?
I won?
I did?
That's funny you said that, Mav, because Eric Adams a few weeks ago said that Cuomo is a snake and a liar, in which I believed.
Hell yeah.
I believe. The next thing you see, I support him.
I saw your post on that.
Follow the money.
Follow the money.
Politics always follow the money. The backstabbers typically do that because somebody has bought them out. And they've convinced them to flip the script. It's always about the money. Always about the money.
Do you receive checks from DC Comics?
Did I what?
Do you receive checks from DC Comics?
No, I really wasn't a comic book kid.
Yo, have you ever seen The Dark Knight Returns?
Oh.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.